Hello, Craig and Tom here from GamingSurvival.com doing a quick look on Joe Danger Special Edition.
Now,
A lot
Craig,
of people.
what makes this one so special?
New features actually. They've added some items to it. So let's jump in. I'll show you the biggest difference is actually going to be this mode right here, which is the lab mode. But we'll get into that in a little bit to show you the main difference on that. I'll show you just the kind of the lay of the land of what you have to choose from over here.
You're gonna tease me, is what you're saying.
Yes, I will tease.
Okay.
Sandbox is coming to return. This is where you actually build your levels. You can create a handful of levels. You can share them with other people who have the game, obviously, and they can send you levels. Choosing your costumes, you have an array of different types of costumes that you can choose from. You get the main one, which is this one here. Otherwise, you can unlock the rest of them by collecting some of the special edition pro medals, which you have to collect, which are insanely hard to get, but you can get them, at least a couple of them. So you get a monkey, chicken suit, and knight, pink guy, Indian. And then these are the ones that you actually get for the free downloadable content that they just released. You get the Santa on a four-wheeler, and then you get Joe Danger on a four-wheeler. So for the purposes of this quick look, I feel like being a monkey. So now
I'm down with that.
Well, it's a good place to be.
Yep.
Multiplayer is restricted to being just local, so you can't actually go online with it, which kind of stinks. It is split screen. It does work smooth. It does look good. You guys, obviously, here you can see you can select all the characters. Everybody can be a different character, and they do have a limited number of courses itself.
I assume there's no like actual differences between characters, just all cosmetic.
It's mainly cosmetic. Each game does have some pickups, and you'll see with the monkey that the pickups are bananas. The Santa DLC, they're presents. The Indian one, it's turkeys. So it's got a couple different variations, but overall it's kind of just the same. This one here would just be the career mode, and there are quite a few levels. As you can see, these are all the different courses and maps that you have to choose from. So you do have quite a few, and then each of these modes has a handful of levels. Some of them have 1 or 2, some of them have 6, and you kind of just go through and you can pick which ones you want to play. So just for the sake of doing something kind of right off the bat, we'll do a somewhat easier course just to get the dynamics down.
Easy. Come on. Yeah. You're supposed to wow me out of the gate.
So yeah, so this one you can duck and you kind of hop. You can do a little bunny hop over items. You duck under the gates. If you don't duck, this happens. There you are.
Kablamo.
So, Kablamo, yes. It has very Batman-esque themes, the POW and things like that. So well, here we'll make it through the level so that way you can see what happens.
So, you know, like nice. I'm noticing like a lot of the foreground stuff sort of obscures the vision a bit. Does that ever become a problem?
Occasionally it kind of gets in the way, but it's not,
I feel like they did it on purpose. Like,
I think it's a little bit.
There.
Yeah, some of them do get in the way, but most of the time they're pretty good.
So you can just spun out.
Yes, and that's something you can know too. If you crash at the very end of a level or anything like that, as long as your body cruises across the finish line, the level still works. So, I win.
Alright.
So that one's just these beginning ones really just get you used to the mechanics of the game. Nothing really hard about it, so to speak. There are some race events. We'll do another one. This level, as you see, there's a little star with Joe Danger's face on it. Each level has a certain amount of stars that you are able to collect in various orders. Some of them are, just get to the finish line under a certain amount of time. Some of them you have to combo the entire level, so you have to maintain either a wheelie or backflips or any type of motion to maintain your things. As you saw there, it just gives you an option to do a Superman, you can do a cowboy, different, it has a handful of different kind of tricks that you can do. Each of those adds to the boost meter. As you do tricks, it adds to your boost. If you do standing papa wheelies or something like that, it builds your boost back up. Some levels require that you boost in order to get over different areas and things like that. I'll show you. This one is Team Nasty.
Nasty, nice.
Team Nasty. And this one, as you can see, the 2 medals here are win the race and combo the entire level. You can do those at the same time, or you can do them, you know, separately.
Okay.
And as you see, I just boosted out of that. Most of the upper kind of tricks will get you a lot of boosts, like if you run out of all your boosts, right? So there's all the boosts gone, and you just do like a simple backflip. It's going to give you, you know, just a little bit of boost. If you do a little bit more advanced trick, it gives you almost pretty much the entire thing gets done each time you do it.
And that boost runs out fast.
Yes, the boost does run out fast.
You just gotta imagine. It really behooves you to keep comboing and keep your boost going.
Yes, I mean, if you have long, flat areas in any level, really, you should be doing some sort of pop-a-wheelie or, you know, something like that, because it's going to give you all of your boost back, especially in the events where you have to finish it under a certain amount of time. Those are going to be the ones that you have to keep the boost going, so you have to pretty much maintain a constant level.
Now, hang on.
Mm-hmm.
Are all the levels that short? Like, I'm noticing you're finishing them in like under a minute, generally speaking. Are they all kind of that short?
Yeah, they are pretty quick levels. So each level, you know, you can get them in. I mean, some levels are done in 20, 30 seconds. Some of them take, you know, a couple minutes, and it depends on how many times you screw up. Obviously, the more times that you mess up, the more time it takes you to finish that particular level. I'm trying to find you going. This one here has, as you see, it has 5 different medals or stars that you have to complete, and these are on. You'll see here. This is where you have to pick up bananas.
Oh, look at them all. They don't
for the
have
monkey.
gold
Yep.
or anything.
Yep. And for the monkey, that's kind of specific of him. So you gotta get specific times on that one. Let's see if I can get up to. Yeah, so you got a lot of bananas. So as I said, in the Indian one, those will be turkeys. Santa will have other things. It does have 3 different like areas that you can choose from. You have like a back, a middle, and a front.
Like for planes, basically.
Yes, exactly. And so, some courses require you to go between all of them. Some of them, most of them, I should say, towards the beginning at least, don't require you to go into them. It just pretty much maintains you to the middle. There's the D, just like Tony Hawk style and Donkey Kong style. You gotta collect the letters to
So what
spell
does it do
out danger.
when you get all the letters?
When you get all levels, you get a star.
Okay.
See, it shows you that you get a star. I missed the D.
Dude. Yeah, this level looks a lot more involved than the other stuff.
Yeah, so this one's, so I mean, the ones that are the straight races are going to be the ones that are quicker. This one's going to be a lot longer, obviously. And you screw up, you got hammer guys can knock you off. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that you can do in each level. And what's nice about it, too, is as shown you with those particular stars that you have to finish. The stars that you have to finish, you can do those in any order you want. As you saw, this level has 5. This one would not be a good example of being able to do all of them at once because there's so many different planes. But there are levels where you have to actually that you actually have to get all of the stars at any given time. Those are going to be the ones that give you what they call the Pro Medal, which is new to the game. That wasn't on the PlayStation Network version. This one is specific to the Special Edition.
So it's just more hard shit, basically.
Basically. So this one's. You don't realize how hard the game is to talk and describe it all at the same time.
I'll take your word for that.
All right.
It looks like a breeze to me. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Actually, it looks pretty freaking difficult.
Oh.
Nice.
Yeah, timing is everything, especially on the ones that you have to do, like the speed runs, where you have to you definitely have to get through it all quick enough. These stomping guys really just piss you off because it's all timing on those. I mean, if you're really kind of rushing through it, it's going to be hard to get them.
Yeah, it seems like if you're going pedal to metal, you're going to get hit. Oh.
Or if you want to, just jump completely over them, because that works as well.
Situation.
Yes, of course. So that was that, and here I'll show you, as you can see at the bottom right, it says 11 out of 25 pro medals. Those are the ones where you have to actually physically collect every single medal in one entire run, which is not the easiest thing in the world. As you see, like this one here I have not gotten yet, so we'll show you this one. You have to collect all the stars, hit all the targets, hit the targets within the time, and combo all the levels and hit the targets. And you have to do all of that in one single run.
I don't know, man.
So I'm obviously not going to do that this time, but yeah. So like, yeah, you can't get that one. I can go back and like do it, but you're not going to be able to get in the time. The ones, there's bars that have the red on them, and there's bars that look just like you know, wood. The ones with the red, if you touch any of the actual bar, you automatically fail, pretty much. So you have to jump over it in order to get to it. The jumps, you have like two different jumps off of the beam. You have like a double jump feature, which if you hold down the X button, you do a little jump, and if you let go of the X button like right at the right time, you'll do a little extra boost, as well as if you need to jump over something that's you know, semi-tall, you can do a double jump. And obviously I did not get the special edition medal. The pro medal, I should say.
That close.
Kinda, sorta. It's not too bad, but yeah, not really what you're gonna want to do there. So let's jump out of this. So that is the main. That was just all in the main career. As I was telling you earlier, the lab is the new feature, I should say, to the special edition. I guess it's what makes the special edition the special edition. This one's going to have kind of a lot more varied environments. It has a lot more hazards, so it's going to take you a little bit more to get it. This one, I did get the special edition on it. Yay! So we'll jump into that one. Collect all the coins, combo the level, and collect all the coins. And then if you do them both, you get the pro medal. And I'll show you this one. Some of them will make you want to throw the controller at the TV because it is infuriatingly hard.
That's what I'm looking for. And I have so many games already that are just like super frustrating.
Yeah. And as you see, this one in front of me now is just a wood bar, so you're not going to get on it. The one that was behind that had a red peak on it. And by having the red peak on it, that means if you touch any of it, here's some spikes coming up as well. If you touch any with spikes, mousetrap, touch that, you also get snapped pretty quick. That one, as you can see, there's spikes on the top and the bottom. So that one you don't want to do. In this particular level, you can't lose at all. There's no checkpoints. You have to beat it in 1-1. So there's a lot of stopping and going and all that kind of stuff in this particular one. So
it looks tricky.
Yeah,
At this point, it kind of reminds me of Trials.
It's very similar to Trials. It's kind of a mixture between Trials and like Excitebike.
Yeah.
This one I would say is not as difficult as Trials, so if that's one of the things that you disliked about that game, then that would be it. This one is a little bit more user-friendly. There are ones that you're not going to be able to beat like the first time through or even the 10th times through. I mean, I had it up to the point where some of these later lab levels where it was 40, 50 tries before I was able to get even like sometimes through the level, but in order to get like the medals and everything. You do have to complete some of the stars in each of the levels because certain events you would need them in order to unlock another event. So you can't just, you know, make it through the level and call it good. I'm going to skip this one. You have to actually collect them, and you'll see when I zoom back out to this main menu, on the right-hand corner, top right, you see that it says 20 stars. As you progress through this particular event, you had to unlock them. So where like the trophy is, it'll say like 2 stars or 3 stars, and then you have to redeem stars in order to get them. Obviously, I've already beat all the levels in the game, so you do have a surplus of stars at the end, so it's not like you have to go after all the stars. So that's always nice as well. But that is, I'd say it's pretty much Joe Danger in a nutshell, Special Edition. It's very similar to the first level, or first game I should say. It just adds, as I said, the lab mode, some extra characters that used to be downloadable content or things like that are now included in the game as you get them in the Pro Medals. But it's a great game. You can check out the full review for Joe Jandel's Special Edition on gamingsurvival.com.